everyone, it's Holly and welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time since I have made a video on my channel and I'm back for a little video today all about the last semester of my bachelor's. I'm currently in the 4th week of my bachelor's last semester, I think. That's honestly crazy. The time has passed so fast. Not only this semester, but also I feel like I just moved to Geneva in a way. Anyway, we're gonna get into all of that today. I thought I'd make a little video updating you about my last semester of my bachelor's, what is in store for me in the future, what is the fate of my YouTube channel, how has it been since I moved to Switzerland over the past almost 3 years. I thought it would be nice to make a little bit of an update video, and I just had the perfect opportunity today because something I was supposed to do was cancelled, and so I have light, I have time in my room to film this video, and yeah, we're gonna get into all that, so let's just get started with the video. Okay, so I'm in the last semester of my bachelor's and that's honestly really crazy because part of me, it's really weird, part of me still feels like I'm back in high school. Like, in a way, I guess the mentality of while I'm in high school, you kind of feel like you're grown up finally. It lasts a long time, yet at the same time I definitely feel much more distanced from high school and from my life in Canada. I was talking about this with some of my friends from Canada, like when I was back over at Christmas and over the summer, and just talking about this like weird conflicted feeling of at the same time feeling like you connect with the self that you were when you were in high school or when you were a kid, and yet at the same time like having an adult self that is like different and also the same as the self that you were before. And so I find that really interesting just to think about like the person that you were and the person that you are and how like in essence it's the same, but you also changed so much. And I've definitely learned a lot of stuff since moving to Switzerland, and I'm really happy I made the decision to move to Switzerland back in 2019. So yeah, I moved here when I was 18 years old. I'm now 21 years old, so I just celebrated my 21st birthday in Switzerland. So yeah, I've been here for over 2.5 years studying English and history. So I think first I'm going to talk a little bit about what my life has been like in this past year, in this school year, because I haven't been making a lot of YouTube videos. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about my future and what's in store for the future. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about my YouTube channel, I think. And finally, any just random things that I wanted to bring up in this video. So I hope that you are enjoying seeing me back on your screen, because it's been a while. And it is quite nice to film a YouTube video. It's kind of cool to have these memories to look back on in video form. I started making videos when I was in grade 8. So before I even started high school. Honestly, I started this YouTube channel at a time that feels like very long ago. Like it feels like a different world. The person who was in elementary school, like I feel like I really came into myself when I was in high school, and then I've changed even more as a person in university. And so it's really interesting to have videos that I've made and to see my personality shift and change, and to also see myself grow more confident over the past like 4, 5, 6, 7, over 7 years, which is kind of insane how long I've been making videos. So yeah, it's really cool to have those memories, and yeah. Okay, so first, a little bit about my year. So I have been really enjoying this school year. It's really nice to be back at school in person. I'm sure if you're a student, or really if you're anyone and you work and you go out in the world and you weren't able to do that during the pandemic, it feels so good to finally be able to do things in person again. I have been going to classes in person. I've joined an association at the university, and so I've been helping organize and plan events and go to different events. I have been hanging out with friends more, you know, occasionally going to the movies, going to a restaurant, having friends over. Like on my birthday I had some friends over and we made sushi and it was really fun. And yeah, so it's nice just to be able to do things like that again, to do a little bit of traveling, and I'm really happy that that's a possibility again. And I'm just really enjoying my degree. My bachelor's degree, I think I mentioned this in previous videos, but I'm just getting more and more passionate about what I'm studying as I'm studying it. I love literature and history, and the more I learn, I feel like I have more of a basis on which I can place little blocks of learning and learn more things. And I feel like there's so many more ways that I can analyze things now that I have all of this knowledge in a bunch of different time periods and types of literature, and it makes reading more enjoyable. Like for a little while in high school, I felt like I kind of lost my love for reading a little bit. And even at the start of university, I was finding that all that I was reading was university stuff. But I've been forcing myself to read a lot for pleasure over the last couple of years, and I have just like re-fallen in love with reading so much. Like I think last year I read like 47 books or something like that. The year before I read 60. This year so far I've read like I think 10 or 12 books so far, and part of that of course is from my readings for history or for English class, but I've also been reading a lot more for pleasure, like reading before bed, reading while I'm eating or while I'm in public transport, and I feel like that has been a really nice change in my life to like have more reading for pleasure. Yeah, so I've been really enjoying all of my classes. I had some really interesting classes, like last semester I think two of my favorite classes were my history classes. I had one that was about paleography, which is the study of how to transcribe old manuscripts. And so we had like French texts from the 16th and 17th century, and we were learning to transcribe old French in these texts, and it took place in the archives, and we got to sometimes see the manuscripts of the texts that we had transcribed, and I was literally like, oh my god, this is so cool. Like that's literally the reason I came to Geneva, is to do cool things like that. And I also took a really cool class about Japan during the Second World War last semester, which was really fascinating, and I really liked that one. And then I took a class that was all about the Brontes. I loved that in English. A class all about Alice in Wonderland and like literary logic. So basically artificial intelligence's capability to write literature. Like we would read some haikus that were written either by AI or by a person, and like honestly you couldn't tell the difference, which is a little bit scary. So this semester I have some classes about English literature between 1500 and 1800, and I also have some history classes as well that are about like the same period. So I'm really focusing on that time period right now just because those are all the classes I have left. I'm also trying to finish up my travail de bachelor in history, which is basically a big research project where I have to choose a topic and write a paper about it, which is I think like 25 pages long or so. And it has been going quite well. I started it back last summer and I finished my research. Now I just have to write it. So that's the stage I'm at now, and that's for the end of April, so that's gonna be fun. I'm also taking a weekly German class, which I've been taking for like a bit over a year and a half now, and I do German tutoring once a week, and it's really fun because I've got to a point where I can actually understand a lot of things. Like for example, I am able to start to read books in German right now, which is very exciting. I'm reading this book with my German tutor, Viele Grüße, deine Giraffe. It's very exciting. And I also bought this book of Emily Dickinson's poetry, but on one side of the page it's in English and on the other it's in German. This is very cool. I'm so excited to read this. So yeah, it's really cool that I've been able to like listen to music in German and that I can have conversations in German, and I'm really feeling quite excited about the spot I am in German right now. Even though like I can't work on it all the time, I've been like watching Netflix in German and things like that, and it's making me very excited. Learning new languages is so cool. So yeah, that takes up a lot of my time as well. And then of course I do tutoring and babysitting, so I don't have a lot of time for YouTube. Like my life is very full right now, and I think something I've really been liking about this year is that since we're back in person, you can see people again, and I feel like a lot of us, me included, have realized the value of having real people in your life and like seeing people in person. And I've really come to value my friendships and my family relationships, and I just feel so grateful that I have so many amazing people in my life. And I think since moving to Switzerland, that's maybe one of the things I've realized most, is like the value of having strong relationships with your friends and family. And you really have to prioritize the people in your life that are most valuable to you, because you only have so much time. And so it's really nice to like be in contact with people in Canada that I really care about, and also to have relationships with friends around me in Geneva, and to have this really nice network of people that I know that I can depend on. And so I think that's really, really nice, and I'm very happy that I've met so many cool people here in Switzerland. I'm very happy. Yeah, I'm really starting to see the end of the tunnel of this bachelor's degree, which makes me a little bit sad because I've really been enjoying this bachelor's degree, and I know that at the end of May this year I'm going to be done, because I actually don't have any exams in the exam session, which takes place at the start of June. So I'm going to be done by end of May, which is really exciting. So next September I'm going to start my master's degree, also at the University of Geneva, because I love it here. And I'm mostly going to be studying English, but also a little bit of history. And I'm very, very excited because you also get to do a memoir, which is basically a huge like research project, like basically the master's thesis, I guess, which is where you get to choose a topic and do like a lot of research and writing about that. So I'm kind of excited. I think that's going to be really cool, even though it's going to be a lot of work. Like you get to choose any topic that you want to write about, and that's just so cool to me. So I'm really, really excited for that. I'm definitely going to be in Switzerland for the next 2 years to do my master's, and then we will see where life takes me. I have some plans and dreams and possibilities, but you can see that as it unfolds. For now, I'm just very happy to be enjoying the last semester of my bachelor's degree. I'm really trying to savor the last part of my bachelor's degree, because I know that this is the only time in my life that I will be doing a bachelor's degree like this, and I'm really trying to live in the present moment and be here, even though of course it can be quite stressful. And I realized recently that this semester is way more intense than I thought it was going to be, and so I have a lot of readings, like hundreds of pages of readings per week, and so I pretty much constantly read. I read a lot of Shakespeare and early modern English literature and history books and articles, and yeah, so it's quite intense at the moment. And yeah, it's just a big time commitment to have school and work on the side and seeing friends and family, and also, other hobbies like writing in my journal and reading books and cooking and things like that. And then of course there's just all the essentials of everyday life, like making sure that my room is clean and I have food and I have clean laundry. All of these things basically just make it that I'm very busy. But kind of thriving on that busyness, although I am occasionally quite stressed because of that busyness. It's also really nice in university to have the skills to deal with that stress and to know when you've reached your limits, rather than in high school. I feel like I would push those limits more than I do now, or at least now I at least have the skills to know when I need to go for a walk, or when I need to meditate, or when I should not do certain things. For example, I've found that coffee makes me quite stressed, and so I don't drink coffee very often unless I'm out and about, going to a cafe or something and I just want to have a nice coffee. But yeah, it's nice to know more about my limits and what I like and what I don't like, and I just feel in the last couple of years I've developed more of a sense of that. And yeah, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about YouTube, because if you haven't noticed, I haven't made a video in quite a long time. The last video I posted was at Christmas, and before that I hadn't posted for a while either. And I think you can understand the reason. I've just been very busy and just enjoying my life. And that's the main reason. I've just been enjoying my life and don't really feel the need to make as many YouTube videos anymore. I've made YouTube videos once a week for quite a long time, and I don't want to say that I don't want to keep making YouTube videos, because I do, but I feel like the YouTube videos that I want to make are just occasional vlogs of trips that I go on that are really cool, that I want to share with people and that I want to have to look back on so that I can have those memories. Occasional videos where I talk about my experiences and just share things that I want to share. And yeah, I'm not as interested in making videos about how to study or how to do this, how to do that, DIY this, I'm just not as interested in that type of video at the moment. There's a siren. Let's just wait for the siren. So yeah, basically the decision that I've come to is that I'm gonna make videos when I feel like making videos from time to time, make a video about a little trip I've gone on, make a little video about my experiences, just chatting about different things, but having no pressure on myself about the timeline of when I make videos, just because I already have so many things in my life and I really just want to focus on enjoying my real life, I don't really feel the need right now to post all of these things. I just really like living my life in the moment and just being in the real world and talking with people. And not that there's anything wrong with posting things online, because I really do and have really liked posting things on the internet, and I'm going to continue doing so, just not on as regular a basis. Even Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I haven't been posting as much on Instagram recently, and I think I'm going to continue with that just because I don't really feel the need right now to share a lot of things about my life. I really just like spending time with the people that make me really happy, with my friends and with my family. And so that's just what I'm going to do at the moment, and just make occasional videos when I feel like making videos, because that's why I started my channel in the first place, was just for fun. And so I want it to be for fun and not like a chore. I think I'm really just going to go with how I feel. If I have a burst of motivation, or if I just really want to make a video, I'm going to do it, but not force myself to do anything that doesn't really interest me, just because there's only so many hours in the day and I want my day to be filled with the things that I really want to be doing, and also there are so many things that I have to do that I just can't really fit in the time to make YouTube videos a lot. And yeah, I don't think that needs any more explanation, so I'm gonna leave it there. I think that's pretty much it for this video. All the things that I want to talk about have mostly just been where I am at the moment in the last semester of my bachelor's degree, just enjoying my life, enjoying the people that are in my life, and excited for the future, excited for all the things that are to come. And I'm very happy and grateful that I'm studying something that I love. I think that's something amazing that not a lot of people get to do, and I'm really happy that I get to dive so deep into something that gives me so much passion and excitement. So that's all I have to say in this video. Thank you for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it and that you are also enjoying life at the moment, even though there are of course difficult things that are happening in the world. It's nice to just appreciate the little things around you and the conversations with people that you love, and the beautiful blue skies, or the little meal that you made that tasted really good. Just like appreciating all those little things is so nice, and yeah, it makes your ordinary life into one that's more extraordinary. And I hope that your life is also extraordinary. So I will see you guys all in my next video, and I'm wishing you all the very best. Bye! Why is my camera so far away from me? This is such an impractical way to end the video.